Okay, so this is my DPMS Oracle AR15 that I have. It's quite a nice rifle. I've thoroughly enjoyed owning it. Basically, I picked this up from surplusammo.com for about $555. It comes in a plastic long gun case with as well 2 metal magazines. So that was kind of a nice feature, that it was so cheap, even cheaper than a lot of sporting rifles, the kind of ARs that do not have a forward assist or a dust cover, but it was at a cheaper price than the kinds that do not have that. So basically what I plan on doing here is just kind of starting from the back and showing you guys what we got here. Okay, so this has a 6-position collapsible stock made by DPMS. The only thing that I don't like about this gun is this part here, actually. The depressor, or the lever here, it almost extends all the way to the bottom. It ends right here of the stock, and so as I'm shooting, I usually put my support hand like so when I'm shooting it, and so my hand will usually push up on it, and as I shoot, it'll usually begin to collapse a little bit. So that's something that I don't like about the design of this stock, but for the most part, everything else I do like about it. I did some spray painting of my own to kind of discolor it. It doesn't normally come like that. It just comes in a black. The rubber butt pad I got off Amazon. I liked having that on there. Back here along the recoil tube, just so you know, this nut or ring here, it usually, or mine at least, came with blue Loctite on it. So make sure you have the proper tools if you're planning on changing out this ring, this loop back here. I added this on. It's just an attachment for the sling. Mine's an ambidextrous kind. I got this because I was planning on using it for the sling. However, I now use this ring back here. I find it easier to use. But just so you know, that is not normal with the way that the gun ships. Here's the other side of it. It's got a normal flat top style rail on it. I have a Bushnell TS25, I believe is what it's called, red dot sight on it. I absolutely love it. I picked it up off Amazon for about $70. I highly recommend it. It's got a 2 MOA red dot. We got the forward assist, casing deflector, shell deflector, and all this normal stuff. Nothing special. So the front of the gun does not come with a quad rail. It actually comes with this kind of style handguard or handrail, handguard on it. And I decided I didn't want to have that because I wanted to have a full-length rail, basically, and be able to add things like this grip pod, this rail sling attachment, backup sights, and so on. I picked up this rail on Amazon for, I think, $35 or $40. It fit perfectly. I don't remember who the seller was or what exactly it's called, but it came with these 12 rail caps as well. I have spray painted OD green. This is the bottom of the barrel, DPMS. It is chambered for 5.56 with a 1-9 twist. It has, I don't remember what type, if I can arrange this, I don't remember exactly what type of flash suppressor this is, but this is the style of what it is. Seems to do just fine for me. Haven't had any problems. Here we have the gas block. You can see we have the kind of the exit hole here for the excess gas. One thing to note is it does not fit flush with the quad rail. So take that into consideration. You're probably going to want to get DPMS specific sights or backup sights. The other thing I wanted to mention about DPMS, a lot of people dislike the DPMS rifles because they're cheaper. And so, therefore, because it's cheaper, they think that the quality is not as good. I've done a lot of research about DPMS and versus as well as other companies. And personally, I don't have any gripes about this rifle other than the stock that I was telling you about. The reason why DPMS, for the most part, is cheaper than pretty much any other company out there is because of the way that they ship and stockpile their equipment or their parts. For example, their bolts, their barrels, from what I can tell, their receiver, their recoil tubes, stocks, everything like that is stockpiled, meaning it's maybe not necessarily wrapped individually very carefully. For example, like LWRC does. They individually wrap every single part so that way it's not damaged or scratched or anything. If you look very closely on the barrel, you can see very, very minute, almost unnoticeable markings, as well as on the bolt itself. These do not have an effect on the performance of the rifle. The only effect is that it has, that it allows for a lower price on the rifle. So I just wanted to make that clear. That's from what I know, and from the research and people that I've talked to at DPMS, as well as other gun shop owners, and that's why a lot of people don't like DPMS, because of the way that they stockpile their equipment or their things. So if I were to buy this rifle, again, I would do exactly what I've done to it now. I would buy a quad rail, at least the kind from Amazon. I think it's only $35. I would get a grip pod. I would get rail caps, get a rail sling attachment, backup sights. I don't have the other one on here now. I was doing some stuff to it. I would get a quick detach red dot, and I wouldn't recommend getting a ring, a sling ring back here, just because when I was using it, I found it easier to get my shoulder onto the butt pad by having the sling attached back here and up here. I just have a UTG 2-point tactical sling. I absolutely love it. It's got a grippy side. It's also got a slick side. So whichever way you'd like to use it, you can. As well, I don't know. There's many different ways you can use it, but I thoroughly enjoy having it. It's been a very accurate gun, very reliable, and I like it a lot. So how about we go see what it does on the range? And I just sighted her in at 50 yards using brass case ammo. So basically what we're going to do now is shoot some steel case ammo and see what the differences in accuracy are. Again, it's only 50 yards, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Alright, first 30 rounds, let's go take a look. Okay, this is at 50 yards with the DPMS Oracle. This is sighting it in with brass case ammo. This is brass case ammo here, sighted it in. This is the original to get me kind of started, and this is the end result. These were sighting in, and as well these were sighting in, and that's the end result. This is the steel case ammo that I just shot, 30 rounds. Looks like it's all, I don't know, whatever my finger length is, maybe 3 to 4 inches low. So that's interesting. That's probably because this is 62 grain bullet, and this is a 55 grain. That could be part of it. I guess it would be better to test it 55 grain versus 55 grain on brass and steel ammo. But that's the result. I'd say that's pretty decent. You know, I can fit all of that under my fist, and this I can fit underneath my thumb. You know, that's a pretty big difference. So you may want to consider that as you're buying different ammo. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I truly believe that this rifle is going to save my life if I really need to depend on it. I really appreciate you guys subscribing and leaving comments. I'm here to learn, and as well, hopefully to teach a little bit. This is Mr. College Prepper, reminding you that if you fail to prepare, you're preparing for failure.
Oh, yeah.